I think so. We on. Let's do it. We hadn't did one of these in a minute. What's going on, people? Ace Sam. Lock it real quick. Playing some, not playing, but doing a Marvel Rivals tier list. I don't really do any of these a lot, but this game has got me like so excited to make content for. I gotta get my opinion so far. Some I think are really strong. Some I think are not as strong as others. But I will say I took off some categories. I don't think anyone is actually like terrible into the game. I don't think anyone's actually bad. Every character's overpowered in their own way, and I love that this game has like just some lot of broken things. But by doing that, it makes the game super fun. Every character has their advantages over other ones, and the ultimates are so fun and stylish. And I think this is a really fun game. If you guys want to try Marvel Rivals or been a fan of like the hero shooters like Overwatch or something within that category, check it out. It's free, and I think I think a lot of people are actually going to enjoy Marvel Rivals, and I hope with more characters to come and with an IP as big as Marvel, they can be very creative of who they add to the game or gameplay wise. Without further ado, let's get into it. I kind of want to go over tanks first, because tanks are the big, kind of like the essential people that kind of hold the team together, and some of them are very unique. Some of them are very strong. Some of them actually do kind of their own thing. I'm gonna start off with Venom. I think Venom is solid S tier. I want to say this because Venom damage output potential was crazy. His survivability is crazy. This man can web sling across the stage, do L damage. He gets a bonus amount of health for like doing his R1 that can basically save him out of certain situations if you like somebody is focus fire in that man, which I really appreciate. He has potential to solo a carry if you know how to do it and kind of maneuver around the stage. Wall climb is actually really cool too. Being able to slow enemies down if you have them grouped up, and him and Spider Man together is a minute. Spider Man painting together with him are so crazy because the Venom gives him that extra ability for triangle or whatever console you're playing on or PC, and that thing does hella damage. Great supportive DPS, great offensive DPS, not DPS, but tank. He can do a lot. He can do a lot. I can see Venom going being very high in the tier category. So S tier for Venom, most definitely. I put in Thor in A though. While Thor actually has potential to be very strong, he is a sitting duck if you get that man by himself sometimes. To me, like I feel like me personally playing, if I don't have a healer backing me up or I'm going in there by myself, which I'm trying to do my best not to do it. He gets shredded. But the Thor Force gives him that extra damage, which is really cool. The tag team with him and Captain America is really strong. Helps with survivability. I wouldn't play him as a main tank if you're doing a solo tank situation. I would not play Thor. I would have Thor with another tank to kind of support him going into the back lines, or maybe just giving you that extra damage you need. He is very much a solid pick though. When you have Storm or Captain America with you and get that Thor Force thing going on, it's very strong. And his damage output is decent. The ultimate, sometimes I'm messing with that thing to be honest with you, but it's overall a pretty good ultimate once it stacks damage. You kind of he'll take that. You have to really have to manage your cooldowns. I will say that you have to manage your cooldowns very much. Once you get that going on along with him, he is pretty good. Groot though, Groot I'm putting at A as well because although Groot is very strong, the walls are pretty strong. In a wide open area, he is not that strong because you have to like kind of place walls in certain situations where you kind of need to block off some damage. Really, his damage output is really strong though by himself, man. I mean, I don't think he has the range compared to other people, but the walls help him out pretty much. The veins, his ultimate is actually really strong. The sport thing is actually really strong for him too. He has some very cool hero combinations. I would definitely play him. You can probably play him as a rest of a one tank if you got the healing to back you up. He's not really off tank like Thor, but he's more situational depending on what stage you in. Because wide open areas is not really that good. Closed off areas where you can wall things off, wall healers off and stuff. Really solid pick. Really solid pick. Let's go with my girl Penny. Penny, I'm putting up there with I would say Venom with Venom, but at the same time, I don't think she's B or A. I get Penny an A. She has very solid movement. when it comes to wall climb. Not as much as Venom though, because she doesn't get the web sling like him. She has to detach and retach. But she is kind of like Groot in the sense where, like, if you get yourself set up in a way where you can have people run into your mines, or like the turns they call them, or the anchor mines that they call them, she can go crazy. Wholeheartedly admit she can go crazy. But it's so much of a wide open area sometimes in certain maps, people would just shoot down your mines or kind of focus fire on you. Really hard to do. But she does have unlimited ammo. The reach for her ammo is really strong. I don't know if she's a hit scan, but I want to say she's a hit scan because you can actually knock down flyers with her pretty strong. And like I said, grouped up with Venom, really strong tank, really strong tank. We're gonna go Magneto. Magneto is a tricky one. 'Cause I want to put him at S, but movement wise, he's very slow. Well, Zarya bubbles give him extra support. Damage puts out, he's really decent. I'm gonna put Magneto probably at A as well. I don't think he's Venom. All right, let me see. All right, I have to do a long break. Hope I can just cut this and end this out. Who's the other tank? Hulk. Hulk. I gotta put Hulk as the lowest tank for me. As much as I try to play this, man, I be getting my butt beat down, bro. Granted, he has options of survivability. You know, you got the shield you can go in with, you got the launch to go in with. You can go like kind of like the Winston play style for it. But like, if he is the only tank that you got, you have to pour so much resources to that man to stay alive. He can do high amount of damage. He can do high amount of damage, but he's not really. He doesn't really have that range to kind of catch up to people too much. So you're dealing with a situation where like, yeah, I can go in on people, but once they bag up or once I get them to the point where they get sustained and fully healed as well, I'm not going to be able to do too much. Plus, going into the Bruce Banner mode doesn't really help it much at all. You can still survive, you know. You can get back into the Hawk form, but it's like, oh man, it is cool that he definitely has like two ults though. That's a very unique thing about Hawk. One is going to like the rage monster version of him, and they get extra damage and stuff. The other one that gets the like really cool cinematic grab he did to Loki. I really appreciate that. That's really cool. You can kind of like single target someone that you really need to kill and get a limb off of, and then go for that. But Hawk, I'll put him at the lowest rank of the tanks. He's not. He is strong. I think what Hawk really needs is maybe like see, I don't really want to give him like a higher cooldown or like a lower cooldown for that jump. It's not really like a cooldown for it, but kind of get in, get out a little bit better with what he's got going on. I see potential with him being with another tank, maybe him and Venom, or even him and Group, because Group can protect the teammate a little bit, he can go in and stuff. But Hulk is pretty cool. I just don't think he's above the rest of the tanks at the moment. At the moment per se. Doctor Strange, I'm putting at B. I don't see Doctor Strange pretty much at all. The portals are really cool. I will say that portals have very unique ability to him. His ult is really cool as well with the time stop thing. But I don't see him at all. He does have a higher shield than Captain America, but he's not as mobile as him. I will say that's what kind of brings him down for me a little bit. I do appreciate that the higher shield damage he can take is really cool. The ult's really cool. It's very much a supportive tank. I like that a lot. Main tank wise is pretty cool, and if I see more of him or I get a chance to play him more a little bit, he's really cool. He has the kind of like that Scarlet Witch thing too. You can do like a Chaos Bomb, but you have to build up damage to actually get that, which is not very hard. His range is actually decent. But yeah, Doctor Strange is pretty fun. I wouldn't put him above this, but he's definitely above Hulk. In my opinion, he's definitely above Hulk. Then we got Captain America. He's a solid A tier. You know, you go in, get in. Especially paired with Thor or any other tank, he can just freaking shred. He can shred backlines like crazy. If you sustain Captain America enough to keep him alive, hell yeah, he is going in like no tomorrow. I swear he is. Movement is actually decent with him. Very good movement. Very good damage. Not as much shield as Doctor Strange, but he can still put up good numbers when it comes to blocking for his team. And paired up with Thor, he becomes a monster, per se. When they do more team ability things, I would like to see more of that. Definitely like to see more of that. But definitely, I'll put Captain America at A. We can go to Duelist now, starting off with Punisher. Punisher is a solid. I want to put him at A, but I might. Let me see. I say Punisher's B. I say Punisher's B tier because I want to put him at A, but because I don't see him getting played as much on my ranked games half the time, but he has very high damage. The turn mode is insane. You would think that's his ult. His ultimate is insane as well. He's a very good solid pick, but I think some of the other DPS actually excel over him when it comes to other abilities and basic sustainability. Smoke bomb was really cool, help distract enemies a little bit. The turn mode was really cool, and the zip line thing is actually decent for him to get out of situations. There is a cooldown for it though, so you can't really get out as much as well. But range wise, if you want him in the back line, there are other characters that are more better suited for that. But mid range, I say mid range to front line damage, he's actually really good at. Very good. Next we go to Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a high S tier. If you know how to play with this man becomes a monster. I don't care what you say. Even not being able to know how to play with this man, you might be feeding your tank, feeding the team a little bit. But if you're managed to actually pull off that combo with him and go in and kind of manage your web resources, you can be a monster with Spider-Man. His ultimate is actually really good too. And movement is actually insane with this character. I'm trying to learn him as I go. I don't know what I would give Spider-Man, either buff him or nerf him a little bit. I don't think no one really needs nerf in the game right now. Kind of experiment how it goes to see, but definitely S tier. If you can figure out the time to master this character, you can become a menace with him. Parallel of Venom, you get that extra ability with like the Venom symbiote thing, and so strong. It's such a strong character by far. Storm, I'm putting at C tier. I think they nerfed this character a little bit in the beta. Someone told me. But her projectile speed seems so slow to me. I'm hitting people like crazy and doesn't seem to actually affect them at all. But she does have the potential for extra movement speed, extra damage when you're going into stuff. Her flight is actually decent as well. She can fly up and down, moving wise. I feel like her flight is a little bit slow. Because at least Iron Man can get in and get out of situations and stuff like that. You're kind of just stuck there with Storm unless you have other stuff on the ground to actually support her. I think for now she's actually C tier for me when it comes to the DPS category. Could be more. I think maybe making her projectile speed a little bit stronger, not stronger but faster maybe, and maybe tweaking up some of her cooldowns. She could be some good potential. She's really fun to play once you get her going. It's just hard for me personally to actually get her going myself. I prefer Iron Man over her definitely. I want to put Iron Man either B or A. Chris, I don't think he's S tier. I think Iron Man is A tier. He does really good damage. I know you're people say he's like a sitting duck with it, but if no one pays attention to that man, and he's just doing blaster, going into that mode with missiles and everything, he's strong. I know this list is probably ass compared to somebody, but me personally, I think Iron Man is a very strong DPS. He definitely can use some tweaks per se. I don't know where like maybe reducing cooldowns or upping cooldowns or something, but uh, his ultimate is a surprise ultimate. Sometimes I don't even hear that thing. It just pops off and then it kills like 3 people. Sometimes it misses though. The range isn't. I say the range is decent. The speed is actually weird for it sometimes. It like goes and then like you wait like a second for it to launch off. But he definitely has some good mobility to him. Damage is actually really strong to him. It reminds me of Pharah a lot. A Pharah that doesn't fall down. That's why I really like that man a lot. We can go into Star Lord. I think Star Lord. I will put him in an S, maybe. Maybe with annoying Star Lord can go crazy into the game. And annoying Star Lord can go crazy. You can do good movement, get in, get out. It's definitely up there with Spider-Man once you figure out how to actually master this character. His ultimate is actually really strong, a flying Soldier 76, if you say, and that is insane. He's actually just an overall solid pick, though. If you want DPS wise to give you some solid numbers, I'd definitely run Star Lord for that. Squirrel Girl, I gotta put her at S. Their damage output is insane. Her ultimate is not. I might put her at 8 because her ultimate to me isn't that good. But she can trap people. She can reset her cooldowns. She has jump ability. She doesn't really wall climb, which kind of I thought she would have, but they didn't give her that ability. But her Junkrat, her shots remind me like Junkrat shots. They can do some crazy damage. I definitely say Squirrel Girl is A tier. I wouldn't put her at S, mainly because the ultimate not being as good for me, and her not having maybe a wall climb. But her abilities are actually just insane. Her abilities just to push out damage, trap people, reset the cooldowns form, jump mobility. I like it a lot. Psylocke, I'm going S tier. Her ultimate is so damn fun. Her stuff ability is insane. Her dash ability is really cool, and the poison shurikens are just cool and very cool. I think Psylocke all around is a solid pick if you want to do DPS. I think she's just a solid pick. I would put her at A, but her ultimate, like I said, her ultimate is really good. Scarlet Witch, I don't care what people say, this is an S tier. The auto lock thing is crazy. Damage output is crazy. Her pair with Magneto gives them that sword is actually insane. And her ultimate is S tier. Just clear the board. Clear the board. Namor, I don't see Namor at all. But I want to put him at C, but I'm putting him at B tier. I want to put him at B tier because he actually does crazy damage once you can get it going. His projectile speed is kind of slow, and I wish the protective armor thing almost didn't have that flight thing. I wish it was like you can descend with it, but I wish it was like protective armor, and then you can ascend with it later on to give you that like kind of reposition yourself. Turns are actually really strong. Might be similar of a symmetrical type thing, I think, covered Overwatch, but I like it because once you get somebody with the trident for it's like alternative shot or alt shot, they can like focus fire into that enemy and then they can do hella damage. His ultimate is actually really cool. It's actually kind of fast too. Like as I was playing him through and stuff, his ultimate was actually really fast. He has the potential to actually go up. I think I don't know what I would tweak with him to make him look higher, but I think he's a solid B. I think Neymar is a solid B tier for that. Neymar is definitely a solid B. Magic, she is A. If you can sustain her while doing her damage output, she is strong. She is strong as hell when it comes to that. I will say she can get gunned down pretty easily if you're trying to backline people and they're actually focusing fire on you. That's the only thing bad about it. Although your ability to sustain yourself, the amount of focus fire you might get from that is insane. Her ultimate is really good though. Powers out all her moves. I was able to get like a lot of kills with that ultimate per se. But yeah, if you don't have anything to like kind of sustain your stuff in the backline with it, she might die pretty fast. But her damage output is decent. Her abilities and cooldowns are actually really unique. She has a really cool thing with Black Panther, and I think she's really good. I think she's really good. My friend, he plays Hela. I gotta. She has potential to be A. Her ultimate is like a, I want to say S tier, or it's like probably much of a A tier ultimate per se. Her kit, her kit is just weird. Shit, me personally, I want to put her down here with that. I want to put her down maybe B or A per se. Because I like Magic a little bit more than Hela and Iron Man, but I think her damage by far is probably stronger than Iron Man's if you're actually hitting your shots. So her damage is actually strong as shit, and you can just go crazy with her. Her ultimate is really cool, although she gets stationary with it. The damage for it is actually strong. You almost any two shot, almost any DPS if they're getting healed any. So appreciate that. Movement wise, with her like bird thing is cool, and like the explosion things you get for it. And even the tag team thing with Thor and Loki when they get instant res and stuff. I like that a lot. You gotta go my boy Bucky. Um, Bucky's starting to grow on me, but for right now, I don't see him as much. I put him at B. Three shots is not really that fun to me, but his abilities make him very, very strong. I think later on, once I get more gameplay in time, I might change my opinion and pick up an A. But for right now, I'm putting him at B, kind of like with Punisher and them. It's really strong, really strong character, really strong character. You just really have to manage your cooldowns as much, and I'm not really as good as that. Keeping up with everything for it, but he has his ultimate potential is really strong, being able to KO and do it again for extra damage. I like that a lot. That is a really cool ultimate. Really cool ultimate. Next we got Black Widow. I don't see her as much. I know people were putting her as C. She has very high damage. I think I just need to see more of her. I give her more of a shot per se. She has very high damage. Her move was actually decent. Per se too, they grappling hook and stuff. I just don't see her that much. People prefer her over Hawkeye, I think, because Hawkeye by far is an S tier. But if you know what the hell you're doing with this character, his ultimate is OP. You don't even have to aim for the actual character. You just shoot the after images to get damage. He has the bomb arrows that does that. I don't see a lot of people use the bomb arrows. I think it's more if you're close range with it. You literally have to dive this man. And sometimes you don't even get to kill him when you dive him because he's literally just freaking two taps you. Two taps you if you try. Like try me if you want to, but you gotta actually fight for this. Fight for this thing, bro. Hawkeye is insane. Damage output for him is actually insane. The ultimate is really good. Bomb arrows are actually super strong. Get to the game. He has a solid like leap jump too, which gives him extra height. In case you want to get away. And I've seen some crazy Hawkeyes do some crazy damage. I'm telling you, you gotta look out for this character when you're playing ranked or any other matches, even in quick play. Iron Fist, I gotta put it. Iron Fist can go bananas in this damn game. I'm telling you, this man can fight airborne characters. Don't doubt this man. He has a perfect counter block. His damage output is insane. The ultimate is actually insane. If you want to rank up and climb, get you a duo or something, Iron Fist is your guy. I'm telling you, Iron Fist is your damn guy. That's all I gotta say. He goes crazy. Black Panther, I would put it A or S because I see the potential with him. But honestly, I don't see him enough in range, and I've been trying him out myself. I'm gonna put him at solid B. I think the potential with him is crazy once you can actually manage the cooldowns or even try to land those like vibranium hit markers where you can reset your abilities. It's the fact that I don't see him often, and the only really range option he has is the spear. And unless you run out of that ability to actually get that reset refresh ability, like the claw attack, I don't see him as much. He does very good damage. His passive is like when he gets low on health and stuff, he does extra damage, I believe. But I don't see him as much, and I wouldn't recommend picking him up if you're kind of trying to like learn the game per se. Although if you do pick him up and learn him, kind of learn what the abilities do, what's his passive, and be able to like kind of read your cooldowns for him. But I think he's solid B. I think he has the potential to be a little bit better. That's all I gotta say about Black Panther. Moon Knight is a solid. I wouldn't put him at S if his ultimate was actually better than me. I think the ultimate is what drags him down back to A. But he does solid damage, man. Moon Knight does solid ass damage when it comes to the game. Being able to ricochet shots, being able to throw those totems down, being able to have great movement, gliding and stuff. I think he's solid. Damage is good with him, like I said. The only thing that would bring him back up for me, unless the ultimate is maybe faster or gets changed for him or something, will probably not get changed. But I like Moon Knight a lot as a character. He's one of my main characters too. Magic and Moon Knight is too. Wolverine, I would put him at S, mainly because he has the survivability like Iron Fist to have to. But sometimes you just get jumped with him, and his cooldown's a little bit harder to master than anything. But I'll stick Wolverine at S. I stick Wolverine S. The reason why I say a good Wolverine will go freaking bananas on your team, backline and everything. His passive ability gives him that extra damage when he goes like Super Saiyan mode. I think he's solid. I think he's solid. That's it for my like DPS take though. Let's see what we got for the healers. By far, I'm starting off crazy. Jeff. Jeff is S tier. I know a lot of people say he's probably not. I watched one new video. He says healing output isn't as good as other people. I think he has one of the strongest healing outputs in the game, and one of the best ultimates in the game, and best movement in the game. Jeff is everything you need in the support and more. All right, if you want to climb up with a hero, pick Jeff. Pick Jeff. I swear you would do very good, very good. Cloak and Dagger, I'm putting at A tier because the being able to switch between both of them was actually really fun. Her healing output is actually insane. Her healing output is actually insane. Their ultimate is actually not that good for me though. I don't know what it is about it. It really gets you out of such sticky situations sometimes. Being able to like kind of go test points with it and stuff. That's how I kind of use it. I'm probably doing it wrong, but that's how I kind of use it. Her healing output is decent. Cloak's damage output is insane. Like it's surprising to have that as a support character. His damage output is insane. They actually have the same abilities, but they do like different things with them. I like it a lot. I very much like Cloak and Dagger a lot. Rocket. Although I don't know the measure of his healing per se, I'm definitely going to put him at. Oh, he's one of my favorite characters too, man. I hate to do this to you, Rocket, but I'll put Rocket A. I'll put Rocket A mainly because the healing ricochets off. It kind of connects to this, like the nearest person. His damage output is solid. Being able to tag team with the Punisher and the Winter Soldier against an extra ammo type thing, that's really fun. And being able to combo with Groot, like launch on his back, kind of same with Jeff. I think Rocket is solid. Rocket is solid. I personally wouldn't pick him over Jeff if we need to have a solo healer though. I think Jeff heals way more than Rocket. Me personally though. Loki, let's go off of Loki. I'm putting Loki at B tier. I don't think he's one of the strongest healers per se, but he does a lot of damage for a healer. His copy ability is actually really solid, and you can be very creative with your clone placements that are really cool. I don't see him as much compared to Jeff or even Cloak and Dagger, but he's definitely solid. He's definitely solid for real. Want to learn him and pick him up. Like I say, he's a very different type of healer per se. His healing output is decent, not as strong as probably Jeff or Rocket though to me. I'll have to see the numbers per se, but I think that's pretty much it for that. Adam Warlock, I'm putting him. I would put him at S, but I kind of want to put him at A mainly because I think his healing is okay. But I know I'm putting him at S. I put him at S because the ultimate is just a mercy res, and every time I see a res or something in the game, that's a solid pick to have him in there. Damage output is actually insane for Adam. You can snipe people out the sky with that man if you get him going. Healing is actually very unique. He has like a chain healing thing going for him. I like it. I think no healer is actually at C or B tier for S. It's just S or A. I gotta go. See, I kind of want to do. I kind of want to put Luna in A and Mantis in S because Mantis damage is like Adam Warlock's. Luna healing is so powerful. I want to say Mantis heals a little bit more. I gotta actually test the abilities for it, but the reason why I put Luna below Mantis per se, movement is actually good, freezing is actually good, healing is actually decent as well. I don't think she heals more than Mantis. And when I'm in certain situations where I need that extra like hyper healing, her ultimate is really good though too with the damage boost. Mantis has a straight just heal ultimate, kind of like a Lucio thing. I think that's solid. But that's my pick so far for my tier list. I know it's probably like, I know somebody gonna be like, it's a trash take. It is a trash take. I'm still learning the game, and I will wholeheartedly admit it. But for what I'm seeing playing the game and when I've been playing it myself, I have played with every character though. Maybe just a little bit of time into some of them, or more time than other ones. But Marvel Rivals, very fun game. Very fun game. Definitely go and test this out. Whoever comes across this video or kind of wants to make their own tier list, make it because I'm learning. I'm learning who people think is good and not good from other people's tier lists as well, and kind of reshape my opinion along the way. I might make another one down the line when they do an update or something to see how some of the characters are. But that's pretty much it for my tier list. Been a while. ACS signing out.